Sagittarius rising, and of course all of you Sagittarius moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological end card horoscope for the week starting February 3rd, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Monday we've got Venus, the planet of love, harmony, affection, and the finer things in life, in Pisces, your fourth house of home and family, your roots, your immediate space, forming a gorgeous sextile to Saturn, the planet that is known for restrictions, discipline, maturity, and sometimes inhibitors and inhibiting factors in our second house of earned income and employment, as well as our values and valuables. But Venus sextile to Saturn is taking the edge off. And it looks like perhaps some news about money coming from outside a normal or typical or constant revenue stream is coming your way. Now this could be actually softening or releasing some kind of pressure imposed by Saturn when it comes to your professional life or your financial life. In fact, Venus sextile to Saturn can be wonderful news, especially when it comes to maybe even changing something about a restriction, a block, or a control that has been placed upon either your finances or your professional trajectory. With Venus involved, a lot of it does actually kind of happen off the clock. This may be news that you're getting while you're at home, through family, through roommates, through whatever, even outside sources of revenue. So be prepared to be a bit flexible, but remember, with sextiles we have to engage. We don't sit with our hand out with these horoscopes. We want to make sure that we are participating in this experience, especially with something so positive. On Wednesday, we've also got Mercury in that same fourth house of home and family, forming a lovely sextile to Uranus, which is actually occurring in your sixth house, or transiting your sixth house of work, reputation, your schedule, and your service to others. With Mercury sextile to Uranus, there seems to be some kind of speedy breakthrough when it comes to how you go about serving others. And this could be great news for those of you who are looking to maybe change up either your work schedule, those of you who are maybe looking for a way that you can do more work from home, or quite possibly even completely work remotely, or drum up more money through maybe some eclectic activities that you're doing in addition to what you already do, expanding on our income, expanding on our revenue stream, but also at the same time with Uranus in the sixth house, really shaking up the way we normally interact with people, changing the services we provide and how we actually handle that from a new home base. So a very interesting turn on the week, and all in the first half. Now before we get onto the cards, remember guys, there's a down bar beneath this video. If you have anything that you're having a hard time finding, you want to know what videos you should be watching, or you want to explore the rest of this channel, you don't know where to start, click on the down bar below, or click on the arrow on the right hand side of the title, which opens up the down bar below. So moving on to your cards, what is going on here? Well, for your spiritual themes going on the top, the theme we have for you this week is actually the Ten of Cups in reverse. And so this is going to be a week of heavy discernment. The Ten of Cups reversed is always about paying attention to where things are maybe trying to pass off as things that they are not. And in a lot of cases, this can show up where maybe people or even circumstances or proposals or opportunities given to us are not exactly what they make themselves out to be. In a lot of cases with the Ten of Cups reversed, this could be a focus on a bit of overcompensation. And there's always a deeper spiritual lesson about making sure that you don't let appearances do all the talking, and don't let appearances do all the deciding for what is there. In a lot of cases, the Ten of Cups reverse can ask us to go within and pay a bit more attention to where we might be getting context to our reality, just because, just through very basic, very surface level things. This person said this person said that, and we get all of our truth from surfaces. You want to be careful about that this week because, let's be honest, some people don't speak their whole truth. Some people might not be speaking a truth at all, or maybe they are not in a place where there is such a thing as truth or not truth because their life is dictated by their mood, and therefore their truth is fleeting and transitional, and therefore we cannot take it day to day as a solid, consistent platform. Now, the Ten of Cups reversed is indicating this week you're going to have to play with discernment a little bit and know exactly what you're dealing with. Don't pretend something is true because you want it to be so. You need to go and work on getting in alignment with the truth you want to have substantiate in your reality. Don't attempt to manifest other people's lies or untruths for them. There's a lot of stuff going on in the collective unconscious right now where there are people trying to manifest by throwing lies out there and hoping people will co-create that for them. It's not going to work, by the way. That doesn't really work now. That used to work, but we've ever since Pluto has gone into Capricorn, that's just been almost impossible, and it's really not going to be something that's possible for if ever again. But the Ten of Cups reversed is ultimately saying here there's a rather large shift away from any kind of work like that. So be careful about anyone trying to manifest reality or change reality from places of untruths. And again, don't buy into the fakery. Whatever's going on here, you're going to have to take a step back, and again, don't let the surface or the material world tell you the truth. When it comes to the influx of what's happening, what's coming into all areas of your life, things that we need to stop and pay attention to, things we need to observe, we've got the Eight of Swords upright. And the Eight of Swords is bringing a lot of you Sagittarius people to a bit of a choice point. You're going to be noticing a lot of people who are stuck for whatever reason. Sometimes, in a lot of cases with the Eight of Swords, there's a reason they're choosing not to leave the place they're in. Maybe they feel like they're not done with that story. They want to take it around the circle they're going in one more time, or 4 more times. Sometimes it's a circumstance where a person may not necessarily feel like they're in the mood to do something better. They want to be in the place that validates their mood, so they stay stuck. Well, with the Eight of Swords upright, the message is understanding that stuckness in a lot of cases that you're going to be encountering is still a choice. And you don't have to be there with people. You don't have to be trapped, because the Eight of Swords, we look at the girl in the Eight of Swords, yes, she's tied up. Yes, she's blindfolded, but she could easily get out of both. She is not tied to the ground. She is not tied to the swords. She is actually free to move, free to remove everything, cut her hands free on the swords, and take her blindfold off. But there's something happening here. Maybe there's almost a sort of masochistic experience happening where reliving the same experience the same day, or maybe reliving the same mood with people who echo it back to us, is a cathartic experience. It's not really, but sometimes some people go in that direction. Be mindful this week about what is playing out. Don't let yourself get sucked into circles and echoes. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away? Well, we've got the Three of Swords upright. A lot of you Sagittarius people are going to be feeling some relief, especially when it comes to not necessarily having to live through dysfunctional or walking on eggshell types of communications. And I think a lot of you are stepping into a place of personal power where you're realizing, no, I don't have to hold up again another person's reality. I don't have to manifest for other people. I don't have to keep other people afloat or reflect back to them for fear that something might happen to them. And that's always a good thing, because we want to be able to have as much of our free movement as we possibly can. The Three of Swords upright also going away is indicating a time of maybe dysfunction, or maybe a time of feeling like you can't move because you're worried about betraying somebody, or what somebody might do if they feel betrayed or they feel abandoned is gone. Now, I'm not saying that means you're going to become cold and unfeeling, but what that does say to me is that you're starting to understand that, hey, sometimes the problem is something somebody will not deal with. I cannot be here until somebody decides not to deal with it, or to deal with it, or whatever. We either all get to live the lives we want, or we, Well, no, we all get to live the lives we want. That's basically it. There is no or. How about that? There is no or. See what's going on there, though. If you are stuck holding up another person's reality, or you are finding yourself bound to try and co-create what another person wants, take a step back. See what's really going on there. Going into the bottom, right? The mundane, we've got the material concerns of the Four of Cups in reverse. And we have a break away from your norm that is really going to shake things up on the professional and financial level in a way that you're actually going to really enjoy. I do see alterations to a lot of the ways you guys are actually pulling in resources, not just the amount, not just the money itself, but also a change in habit, a change in schedule, a change in workforce, new blood, fresh energy. This Four of Cups reversed does also expand into creating a shift or a need for a shift or a shakeup of the routine of the non-work processes around you. But you have to be okay with that, because with the Four of Cups reversed and what we saw with Mercury sextile to Uranus, well, clearly this is something that's supposed to pay off, or it's going to pay off very quickly and very soon. There could even be some changes to rules that you've been forced to abide by, either in a financial or professional sense, but it's opportunity for you to step forward. For your external, what's going on in the outside world, well, we do have the Eight of Wands upright with friends and relatives and other people. And there seems to be an accelerant given to you when it comes to maybe some kind of major push that you want to make for yourself in your social life. I do see you spending a lot more time with friends, becoming a lot more socially active, possibly even finding a new social group for yourself. I'm not sure if this is comprised of all new people or some new people and some familiar people. And I'm seeing messages coming, even possibly online or through phones, what have you, from people that you really do know are actually, I guess, on that wavelength, connected to you at the core. A lot of you are finding, I guess you could say, your soul family this week, probably pieces of your oversoul group, which is absolutely really cool, but you have to be careful and be smart about this. What you think you know about soul groups and soul tribe, we're going to have to talk about that, and I've got a video on oversoul groups coming out here very soon next week, so stay tuned for that. We'll let you know how that goes. But it's a really cool card of community for you coming up, and I like that. For relationships, romance, we've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. And the Seven of Pentacles is still bringing in good news, but the good news, unfortunately, does look like it's something that we have to wait for. In a lot of cases, the Seven of Pentacles is a yes answer, but there another requisite or another priority has to be cleared, has to be fixed, or taken off the table before we can go forward. This can be great news for those of you who are in relationships that wish to maybe do something differently. Maybe we're thinking about mutually investing in something for the two of us as a couple. Maybe we're trying to make some kind of big trip for us, make some major lifestyle turn or change. A lot of the times the Seven of Pentacles, this will put us in a more social and material place of security and comfort, and we're getting the approval. It's like finding out that you do qualify for that grant or you qualify for that scholarship. It's just that the check's not been written yet, but don't worry. We can't start right now, but we have that sense of confirmation and relief. Those of you who are single and looking, I definitely see that there is going to be somebody that we could actually start to really build a good, strong rapport with, but it is going to start very slow in the beginning. This week is not going to take off like a brush fire. It does look like there may be something keeping this person unavailable for now, or our schedule's incompatible for now, so we'll have to try again later on, maybe next week or a month late, or at the end of the month, not a month later. Not that far. No. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session with me, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.